Yeah, it's not a slogfest, this one. Two very, very intricate game plans. I think, you know, there's a lot of awkward HP costs as well for the Giratina V-Star to hit as well. You know, these are very big HP VMAX Pokemon. The Giratina V-Star and S-Star Requiem is only hitting the 280. So it's how the game plan approaches going into this one. How do they get around that awkward HP cost and take the game?
And I'm really interested to see how Gino wants to approach this as well, because we know Giratina is a great comeback deck.
Yes.
It oftentimes utilizes Countercatcher and Roxanne, but Gino, using the Rapid Strike archetype, can actually pick and choose when to take their prize cards. So that could be a fantastic way to deny David some of their biggest power spike cards in Roxanne. So really excited to get our round 15, our final Swiss round underway here, because it could really come down to how the players want to navigate the game, which could be dictating the winner.
Yeah, it'll be the sequencing. It'll be those little intricacies, the little nuances as we approach the game. Both players also going to be trying to get set up into this one. I think for the Inteleon, it's just getting those Inteleons down straight away. Of course, the stage one deck, we all know and love these stage ones. Sometimes can be a little bit inconsistent, but Gino's going to want to get to a good start here. But for the Giratina V-Star, of course, it's going to be getting those, bunging those cards straight into the lost zone as soon as possible, getting new Coloruses, ripping and riding, of course. But yeah, it'll be... let's see how this one goes, Joe.
Yeah, there's other means of disruption for David, of course. There's part of the peak, which can shut down big portions of Gino's deck because they have so many rule box abilities here. We see some prize cards, couple Mirage Gate, couple Chorus for David. That is really rough.
Yeah, that's not good at all. A lot of consistency gone there for David. Not going to be fantastic in the earlier turns, of course. Like we said, you want to get those Coloruses up and going. You want to get those flower selectings, you know, it's you know, makes for a little bit of a funky line of play for David. But here we see the Colress, another Comfey, sorry, coming down.
Yeah, here we are in the thick of it. A couple flower selectings to begin the game for David. Couple switching cards in the first flower selecting. It is the big winning in.
Winning in.
Let us know who you're rooting for in this final game. Who could be making it into our top 8. A couple flower selectings, no battle VIP pass, no other search whatsoever for David. It's just going to be double Comfey pass here.
Not a fantastic start for David. No battle VIP pass, like you said there. You know, the ideal start is to hit them as early as possible, get your board set up. But 2 Comfey isn't going to be what the doctor ordered for David. And here we see Gino, Arvin for the battle VIP pass and the Forest Seal Stone. This is an explosive start.
What a start for Gino in game 1 here. Arvin, just a one-of copy in the deck list, but it's great for moments like this where you can cherry pick not only a battle VIP pass for turn 1, but also a Forest Seal Stone for any other piece required. It could even be double Forest Seal Stone, honestly, because this archetype, the Rapid Strike build, wants to get as many Inteleon V down on board as possible, so you can be threatening as many double gunner abilities across the board. You also have the option to use Squawkability EX on the first turn. You want to get your Urshifu, that's still the most dangerous attacking Pokemon in the deck, so this is exactly what you want to see. Your opponent's had a fairly slow start, and you're able to have a really strong one immediately here.
He just had it. He just had it.
That Medicham already being debated?
Yeah, debating the Medicham.
That's scary.
That's a very, very aggressive start here for Gino. Going to be just double checking the hand. What options do I have here? Going to go possibly with the Urshifu and the Medicham V as well. Yeah, this is a fantastic start for Gino, especially with that Forest Seal Stone in hand. Can go into the deck for other options as well. Maybe even another Battle VIP pass. Start getting those Inteleons down. But only opts for one, just for the Urshifu.
Yeah, there's the other Inteleon in hand as well as Remoraid. So you actually do have a few pieces already. Does make some sense. I think Gino also has the Alakazam also in hand. So may just have every piece already.
And it's how you manage your bench space with this deck, right? You know, you have so many Pokemon, so many lines that you have to keep in tune with. You have the Octillery, you have the Alakazam, but you want to be able to use these Inteleons efficiently, knowing that he's prized only the 1/1 Inteleon. It may... Oh, just a pass there from Gino. No further actions there. Of course, played the Arvin, so there's no draw support available to him. David...
VIP pass top deck for David.
That's not great.
All been there.
Yeah.
At least as a Colress, 2 prize, so it's actually really fortunate to have this option available and can toss away 2 battle VIP pass.
Easy choice.
That is the good part of this archetype. You have the synergy of never seeing those battle VIP pass again, thanks to fueling that lost zone. David's hit the critical threshold of 4, so can launch a Cramorant attack if they wish.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how David now proceeds from here. Does still have flower selecting.
I see Giratina pieces. I see Greninja in the hand as well, so can continue to draw a good amount of cards here. I do like getting an early Cramorant hit in on an Inteleon, because then you're trying to eye up 2 V max KOs to be your entire prize map. It could allow you to attack with Lost Impact and then have your V-Star power on a second V-Max Pokemon.
So opts to Lost Zone the Nest Ball there, which is quite a crucial resource for the Lost Zone deck. Opts to keep that boss's orders for maybe a later turn. Here we see, oh, this is really awkward.
Water Energy versus the last Colress.
The last Colress. I feel like you have to keep the Colress
for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, I feel like you have to keep the Colress here.
Yep, I agree with that.
So crucial.
With no Nest Ball available, we can't get any pressure with Cramorant. Possibly we just Abyss Seek here to continue to ramp our Lost Zone. There's also still 2 more cards from Radiant Greninja, but that's your only energy in hand.
You know you have the security of the high HP. You know that the Urshifu isn't going to take an instant knockout against this Giratina V, so I do quite like that play.
The concealed cards here. Can we find a way to get a Cramorant hit in for any tempo? Well, there's Cramorant energy, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
no, it's Comfey. It's Comfey.
But you can, well, it's risky putting more 70 hit point Pokemon into play.
Very risky.
Energy onto the Giratina is solid. I even like holding on to Switch Cut, honestly, because this is a great way to undo some damage next turn. I also like Path of the Peak, although Gino hasn't played any just yet, so there's an argument to sort of hold these, let Gino be the first player to put a stadium into play to hope that you make it more awkward for them in later stages of the game.
With no Manaphy on board, however, this G-Max Rapid Flow is looking pretty dangerous right now.
Manaphy in the deck, Ben.
What's that?
It's not even in the list. It's chosen to cut Manaphy.
Nope, not at all.
That's going to mean we could see some explosive turn here from Gino.
We see the Ultra Ball. We know that Forest Seal Stone is in hand as well. Star Alchemy is live. Obstacle for the Artillery. Fantastic synergy, of course, with the Rapid Strike deck.
Throwing away Professor's research and Karina's focus. What is David thinking right now?
I don't need it.
Gino is having a fantastic start here. Artillery developed, Forest Seal Stone. You have to imagine the last card's research already. Oh, it's Iono, actually.
Yeah.
So you can even undo a lot of David's early draw here.
And of course, you know that David's only Colress...
yeah, it's getting shuffled to the bottom. Oh, no.
The only Colress in deck is now at the bottom for David. This is going to be quite awkward for David coming up to these few turns. Artillery is live, of course. Urshifu is going to want to be up and running, start taking some prizes. See some Water Energy. I see Melanie.
We
see another Artillery.
No
Stadium.
That's a little bit awkward. You can Ultra Ball and just get a V-Max and take a single prize knockout in the active here. Artillery could find the energy for you, but it's not the ideal situation of a double knockout with G-Max Rapid Flow here. Bit of a miss from the Iono right now.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for Gino. Still in a good position, though. Can still take the knockout here, but it's whether Gino finds that as an objective. Here we see the Ultra Ball. You imagine it's going to be for the VMAX, possibly even the Inteleon as well, but we see here going for that Urshifu VMAX. Such a strong Pokemon.
We still have Forest Seal Stone, actually, so we could Forest Seal Stone for a piece.
We can Forest Seal Stone. I think the attack is still there. I think
we can G-Max Rapid Flow. That's actually on the table. I forgot that there was Forest Seal Stone unflipped.
The Forest Seal Stone is there, so Star Alchemy can get that Tower of Waters, free retreat into that Urshifu and the G-Max Rapid Flow, taking that consistency off the board as well.
What a combo.
Yeah, what a combo.
Colress buried at the bottom of the deck. Both your Comfey getting KO'd. Gino is doing everything in this first game to get in a really great position.
Yeah, it's going to leave David out of luck, maybe. You know, it's all about how strong that Iono was to 6 for him. We know that last Colress is at the bottom of the deck, so it could make for some funky turns here for David, but leaving him with just a Giratina and a Radiant Greninja isn't fantastic. This is very... Oh, this could get
sometimes the Rapid Strike archetype can just flow so beautifully.
This is just popping off, Joe. I might buy 4 now.
I knew that this was a potential option. It's a big G-Max Rapid Flow for 2 prize cards here for Gino.
Yeah, Gino going...
Most importantly, David with a weak hand and a weaker board state.
Yeah, Gino going 2 prizes up, 4 prizes left now to go 1-0 here in the winning in the Stuttgart Regional Championships. He received the promotion of the Radiant Greninja. Going to see concealed cards, drawing for 2, but with no shuffle options. That Colress is still at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, and we're just at 6. Yeah. We're not quite able to Mirage Gate just yet.
No.
Nest Ball can get us Comfey to get to the key 7 threshold. But it's putting another vulnerable 70 hit point Pokemon onto this board.
You're also making it so that you still need more. You still need more. Of course, you can get to 7, but then you need another switch out, another Mirage Gate. You still need more in order to get this attack off.
You need to shuffle this chorus, and it's going to be shuffled in the perfect place so you can cherry pick it from flower selecting.
And you also won't be taking a knockout, really, right?
No.
You know, with no Confei on the board, no flower selecting.
You even just go Cramorant here and just take the 110 tempo damage. Like I was saying, you can go for a poke with Cram and then finish it off with the Lost Impact. I actually like Cramorant the most here.
Yeah, you know you're safe with the Giratina V. You know that Gino isn't going to be able to take an instant knockout anyway. Gale Thrust only doing 150, even with a couple of double gunners, only going to increase that damage by 40. So you know you can hide behind the security of that.
Well, unless we see a Melanie.
Well, unless we see a Melanie.
Ruh-roh.
Yes.
That would be another huge swing.
Yeah.
If you see another G-Max Rapid Flow back-to-back.
Yeah, that's not fantastic. And of course,
David doing what he can right now.
Yeah, coupled up with a double gunner as well, would be able to take out that Radiant Greninja also. Cramorant, only that 110 HP, is vulnerable to a G-Max Rapid Flow.
If it does have Counter Catcher here, oh, interesting. We see Jet Energy. You could Counter Catch Radiant Alakazam and hope that you can buy turns this way.
Yeah, you can stall out here, for sure.
No, an attachment onto the Giratina, then switching into the Cramorant, and it's actually going to be the Counter Catcher into Artillery
with the parts of the peak
after the peak following up. So you are able to take a prize and also, crucially, take away an engine piece for Gino here. Remove that guaranteed search of those Rapid Strike cards.
I really like this. I really like this play because it forces Gino now to maybe research, get rid of that Melanie. That's just another resource for him as well. But you know, he can go for the risky play and go for the Melanie and try and find the rapid strike energy. But you know, it's whether
it does commit you quite a lot, doesn't it?
It's whether Gino wants to play safe.
Don't tell me that was the top Rapid Strike energy.
Rapid Strike energy.
No way. It's going to be back-to-back G-Max Rapid Flow here.
This is insane. And does have the water energy for the double gunner.
Yes.
If he's able to draw into an Inteleon VMAX, this could also... And it draws the Ultra Ball.
And Stadium. It's all there.
He's popping off.
My God, what? This is crazy.
Ultra Ball here for, you would imagine, the Inteleon VMAX, double gunner onto that Radiant Greninja. And incidentally, also just do a little bit of a tickle damage on that Giratina as well. We'll be able to G-Max Rapid Flow for another double knockout.
I'm not sure if there's another VMAX in the deck. There is one in the prize cards, but even if you just knock out Cramorant and leave the Radiant Greninja on 20 or 10 hit points, that's still huge. We do have another VMAX available.
Yeah, with the water energy in hand
going
as well.
Full tempo right now.
This is the best deck ever. This is great.
Well, my only. Okay, everything has gone amazingly for Gino right now. I'm not going to argue against this. You are leaving yourself with basically no attacker on board, no Remoraid backup.
Oh, isn't able to...
We do have the Stadium in hand. It's just a sequencing. So that's going to be okay. Do you actually just take a single prize knockout here and set up damage on Giratina to play around Roxanne?
I don't mind either option. I think taking out the Radiant Greninja it reduces the amount of consistency that David has as an option for him.
That's also really true.
And also, without any Colress in hand, it doesn't even have any energy anyway, so isn't guaranteed to have the concealed cards for next turn.
So we are going to Painful Spoons one damage counter, which means we are going to be rapid flowing the Radiant Greninja as well, Ben, and going down to 2 prize cards remaining for Gino in this first game.
Yeah, just taking out those 2 Pokemon there.
Oh no, it's going to be leaving the Cramorant active. So this is exactly what we were saying.
Yes.
The only threatening Pokemon on David's side of the field is just this one Giratina. So getting some preliminary damage helps you in your prize race a lot more here. I actually really like the choice.
We spoke about the awkward HP cost that the Giratina will have for Gino, but, you know, softening that up a little bit. It's going to be the Panic Counter Catcher and swing with Spit Innocently here. On the Top Sexy Escape Rope!
No way.
Yeah. Top Sexy Escape Rope has a way to get around this now. That's all really David could do. I'm trying. Survive.
Counter Catcher, and Gino's just immediately had the answer ready to go.
And has another Melanie in hand, by the way, Joe.
If we draw another Rapid Strike energy, that's just the game.
Oh, didn't get the Rapid Strike energy. I was hoping, Joe. You can only do so much.
You can only do so much. I think you just hold the hand, honestly. You can evolve into another VMAX here.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You're pretty happy holding. You don't just want to use an escape rope because you are so limited on your ways of moving this Radiant Alakazam. So I think you just have to pass.
Yeah, I like the pass play.
Ooh, Roxanne's a pickup. Gino
Oh,
is at
that's
3
fantastic.
prize cards remaining. This is what we need if David's going to make any sort of comeback here.
He's slapping that down real quick.
Yeah, I love the
Refresh that
Roxanne
hand to
option
6.
from David. Gino had Escape Rope, had Professor's
Yes.
Research for next turn. So this is going to be massive. David needs to work towards 10 in the Lost Zone, keep this Alakazam exactly where it is,
Yes.
and start using Lost Mine as much as possible.
Yeah.
He needs a lot of turns here if they're going to make this unlikely comeback.
If you can couple this up with Path to the Peak as well, even better.
Yep.
Refreshing the hand to 6, though, is just what David would have wanted. We see some...
It's just a lot of ball search cards. No switching outs either, so you just have to pass. You can't even come in with Abyss Seeking, I don't think. Nestball to get Sableye developed. This has to be your backdoor win condition using Sableye. There's already a Comfey in hand. I'm really surprised by this.
Yeah, you can start sprinkling some damage, but I mean, the 3 prizes were already on board for Gino. I guess the Cramorant's there, the Giratina V is there as well. So I don't mind
the pass.
Yeah, just
You're never going to use spin instantly here because it just gives too much to Gino.
has
Let's
the TM Devolution.
Another Professor's Research.
as well.
Are you kidding me, Ben?
I've been saying it all day. Roxanne's a lie. Roxanne did 2, but still has the Tower Rewards as
7
play
cards
as well.
here for Gino.
Yeah.
Can we close out the game? It still is very much in Gino's grasp here. Escape Rope plus Rapid Strike Energy is still the combination required.
Here we see it, Joe. Rapid Strike Energy, no switch outs. I don't think,
the Escape Rope is elusive right now.
No, yeah.
Gino well, the issue with starting to attach energy to the Rapid Strike Urshifu now is that if you commit energy, you're, you're vulnerable to boss's orders.
Yeah.
And a lost impact.
Yeah, lost impact would be detrimental for sure. But
David's still miles away from the V-Star power, though, which is insane.
Double Gunner going to be active here with that energy retrieval, putting 2 water energy back into his hand. And with 2 Inteleon VMAX, here we see...
This is looking pretty dangerous. With Painful Spoons as well, you can put an extra 60 onto this Giratina total.
It can even put
2 Double Gunners and 1 Spoons.
Yeah, I can even put the Comfey to 60 damage, I think, this turn now, in total.
If you really need to. They're both getting pretty heavily damaged.
Yeah. And Painful Spoons just here from, from the Giratina.
As you said, Ben, going to be moving
going to be putting it
more damage onto the Comfey. Just 1 damage counter over.
I mean, 50 damage still puts it in range of a Double Gunner, right? So, yeah, that's fine. Keeping the maximum amount of damage on the Giratina is always going to be quite helpful.
So Switch Cart is handy, but you're having to spend it on a Cramorant, which has no damage counters on it, which is unfortunate. Let's see a big flower selecting here.
Here we see what David gets.
Mirage Gate is finally unlocked.
Yes.
Now getting to 7 cards in the Lost Zone.
But with
so it's not useless.
Yeah, with no Colress, though, this is not fantastic. Does have Super Rod as an option.
Yeah, these Choruses in the prizes have really made this ramp to 10 cards in the Lost Zone so slow.
We sometimes see Lost Box get away with it, but not this time, unfortunately.
Interestingly enough, leaving Comfey in the active is one of the better ways to protect yourself. Gino would have to spoon the... Oh, there's the escape rope.
Yeah,
off the top. It's going to be the Rapid Flow. Gino with his choice of Pokemon to spread onto with the Gmax Rapid Flow. It's not too much of a surprise from where we're sitting when the Rapid Strike deck draws as well as that, and as Gino sequences as correctly as that, it looks like an exceptional deck.
No, yeah, for sure. Drawing quite hard and popping off. Just what the doctor ordered for Gino. But yeah, I mean, how does... We spoke about the awkward HP costs, and you know, with the amount of low HP Pokemon that David has on his field, you know, the Gmax Rapid Flow, and with it, coupled up with the fact that no mana fee for David as well, these Gmax Rapid Flows can really ramp up quite quickly, and when these multiple prizes are being taken, you know, Gino can just come off storming you.
That's true. I think Gino is most likely going to be the aggressor with those prize cards. They have so many routes to earlier prizes than the Giratina player. But I think David, if they were at 10 cards in the Lost Zone a little bit sooner, they could have been making some Lost Mine plays and actually been pressurizing some Pokemon a little bit more. So I don't mind David going behind. I think that's quite likely, actually. But as long as you can make your Roxanne, Countercatcher, and Sableye actually matter a lot more than it did in that first game, I think that's going to be the key to games 2 and 3 here, as we still have over half an hour left on the clock. Certainly plenty of time for David to still make it count, as we are on our winning in here in round 15 of Swiss before the top 8 cut. And we're going to start seeing some prize cards. A couple of Jet Energy, a little bit awkward for David. but not too shabby, and also looking pretty fine for Gino. As we kick things off in game 2, Giratina lead for David, and has double Battle VIP pass.
Yeah, what a setup for David here. Is going to be wanting to get up and running in this one. Of course, one game down, you definitely want to start taking some prize cards early on against this Rapid Strike Urshifu. With the Inteleon start here from Gino, though. It's going to go for the Radiant Greninja, Cramorant, and the Comfey, double Comfey, I believe it was as well.
I think it's the full smorgasbord. I think it's another Giratina as well, possibly here. I think there's another Comfey in hand, so it could go complete full board here. Yeah,
great setup for David. Going to be wanting to start and to use those flower sighting, get through that deck as soon as possible, start thinning out, see what options are available to him. Yeah, this is a fantastic start for David.
And this is exactly what you need if you're going to make this comeback. Gino had a rip-roaring start game 1. And now David's just done the same.
Yeah.
Didn't quite spy how many switching cards are in David's hand. If you can start to begin ramping that lost zone, that's also a real boon for you if you can get towards your Mirage Gates, if you can get Cramorant pressure early. It's what David was missing all of game 1, so already it's looking like the script has flipped.
Yeah, just tickling damage, just that 110 can really come up beneficial for David in the later turns.
Here's the gang, Lost Zone gang.
Those big VMAX Pokemon with those really high HP costs. Just doing a little bit of damage here or there will put that
David,
Lost Impact as an option.
Be a big concealed cards for 2 here. We currently have no supporter for next turn. We have no switching outs at all. So this is a big 2 cards from Radiant Greninja.
What do we see? What do we see?
To help David out at all.
Mirage Gate
and Super. These are late game cards. We already had one of those.
Yeah, this is pretty rough as well. I mean, next turn, no switch outs, no energy to use concealed cards. This is quite tricky for David.
Heartbreak for David. Can Gino have a better turn here?
Takes the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX off the top. We see a Clara, we see Rapid Strike Energy, Ultra Ball.
Might just be squawked away, honestly.
Could we see a possible Squawk Pili? Squawk and C is looking like the viable option here. Is really going to want to have those explosive turns, get set up, put those Inteleon down, get those Urshifu down as well.
No doubt it's a little bit more awkward than that game 1. It was an easy Arven VIP pass for Forest Stone. That's not quite happened in this case, but you can always see a fresh 6 from the Squawkabilly EX. There were many times when Squawkabilly wasn't put into the Rapid Strike archetype, many players opting for the Luminion V over this card, but as the format's developed, and especially with the new age builds, it feels like you always opt to go for early Squawk and Seas just so that you can have better access to these Battle VIP pass. And that's what Gino's going to look for here after seeing 6 fresh cards. Could commit the Rapid Strike Energy to the active Inteleon V as well. That does give you access to a little 40 damage poke. And as we know, with Painful Spoons, every damage counter does matter.
Yeah, of course. You don't really want to be getting rid of those crucial resources like Rapid Strike Energy. So it'll be interesting to see if Gino will attach and do a surf with the Inteleon V, and that's just what he's going for.
Up, Ben.
Yeah, surfs up for sure. The Medicham coming down as well. Definitely wants to keep that as an option with the double gunner.
Yeah.
You know, the Yoga Loop is always an option for Gino. Take multiple prizes, take another turn while you're at it as well. We see 2 Remoraid here as well. Research.
Yeah, not too shabby.
As well.
Can research away the lot if you want to. Maybe use the Earthen Vessel to get 1 water energy in the discard pile, possibly, so you can activate your Melanies later.
And the energy retrievals as well.
Yep, that's also true.
Yeah, this is quite a good start, actually.
And can Professor's Research, let's not forget.
Yes, and can research. So, you know, and there's not too many resources either. I mean, you can Iono, keep that research for a later play. Is
it Iono?
I believe so.
It might be Karina's Focus.
Oh, it's Karina's Focus, sorry. Sorry, it's Karina's Focus.
I think I prefer the Professor's Research. There's a second Clara in the deck as well for Gino, so you can quite happily get rid of just this other Remoraid, just throw it away and look towards finding more Inteleon V, still looking to find Urshifu V as well this turn, let's not forget. I do like the choice of just 1 water energy. It activates Melanie if ever you need it to. And as you said, there's nothing wrong with just getting back 1 water with energy retrieval either.
We always speak about how crucial it is for these stage 1 decks to have these explosive starts. You really want to get those pre-evolutions down, get them ready for your later turns. And here we see Gino. Oh,
look at this.
For the 2 Remoraid. That's interesting.
Really interesting. It could limit Gino to either no Urshifu in the opening stages of the game or just 1 double gunner.
I suppose this goes around the escape rope play. So, I mean, you can just put a single prizer up there and still have the security of having another Remoraid on board. I don't think there was
just
much
the Surfer, no additional basics, no Battle VIP pass either. That's a tough break for Gino.
No Urshifu either.
Just the 40 damage Surf. into David. Let's see what the top deck is. Is it just Path of the Peak?
Yeah, Path of the Peak, not great.
We're clogged up. There's nothing going on. It's just a pass.
You're joking. Honest ball VIP pass off the top for Gino.
Shaking his head.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate start for David, drawing into the Path of the Peak, showing off his hand there to the camera as well.
If you can believe it, this is the hand.
Here we see Rapid Strike Surge from the artillery as well. Going to go
start developing
another
more
Inteleon
V. Yeah, Gino playing at pretty nice pace here. Can sense that they are so close to making their way into the top 8, as they're going to be able to just get more damage counters into play with the G-Max Spiral here.
G-Max Spiral doing another 140 if he decides to pick up that energy as well, putting that Giratina really into that knockout range as well. Here we see,
banking more energy across the board.
That's scary.
Oh, it is.
That's scary for David.
Double gunner coming in as well. I like this on basically anything but Comfey, actually.
Yeah.
Because switch carts are around, but also it's one of the most vulnerable Pokemon. So.
Yeah, and with no more bench space for the Alakazam either.
180 damage total going to be on this Giratina V now.
Yeah, that's scary for David. Still has no way of getting that out of the active either. What is he top deck? Top deck Spell VIP pass. Oh.
What is happening? I feel so bad for David, honestly. It was pretty much wiped off the board game 1 because Gino had an amazing start and we're in a bit of an awkward matchup. David gesturing battle VIP pass.
A little chuckle there from Gino as well.
Oh, David.
Yeah, I mean, what can he do? What can he do? Not much, not much.
Passes the action back to Gino.
Another devolution.
Really cruising in this second game. Already a game ahead. Doesn't need much else this turn. Has Clara available.
Has Clara available.
More Rapid Strike energy.
Yeah, 2 water. You could artillery, find the other VMAX Inteleon as well. You could go for a double gunner. Double gunner.
More double gunners.
Yeah, more. Are you insane? Gino, they're using the Rapid Strike Surge, getting the...
As expected, another Inteleon VMAX coming down. Gino's just getting more and more well prepared. Thinning more cards from the deck is just naturally fantastic. And the board position is just stellar for Gino here. Yeah. It's really just a matter of diligence at this point. Don't get too carried away. You're in a fantastic position. Just make the most of it at this stage.
Yeah, you can see Gino just running away with
Clara, I think, lined up for Gino here.
Yeah, it could even involve into the other artillery as well. While you're at it.
More double gunners available also. And we are going to start seeing these rain down onto the board as well. The same targets by the looks of things.
He was able to retreat. The Yoga Loop is an option as well.
More damage counters.
More double gunner as well. I think we need to discard the other water energy. Yeah, there it is.
We're just doing it now.
Yeah, that's right.
And we can just swing in.
Yeah, another G-Max Spiral.
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure as to why we're holding on to these technical machine devolutions. I'd like to, especially if you start taking 2 prizes, I'd like to burn these from the hand as well, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the concession from David. Yeah. They've had enough.
Yeah, writing on the wall.
Yeah, that is a rough one. Gino, congratulations to them with their round 15 victory. That should be enough match points to secure them into the top 8 with the Rapid Strike toolbox.